Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? And once again, it is Jared here, and oh my goodness, I got another one for y'all. I got another one for y'all. I hope y'all see who's right over here. We've got Alexandria Hernandez. I think it's right there. It is. Yeah, that's right. This girl is so much fun. I got a chance to meet her back a couple months ago when I was in, I believe it was Austin, Texas, at an event out there. She has an amazing story, y'all. Y'all really, when I heard this, we had a chance to talk, and she said that she was cool about bringing it and sharing it with the team. So I am so humbled and appreciative for her giving us a few moments of her time. So what I'm going to do before I get into these questions, I'll just let her tell her name, tell a little bit about herself, and then we'll go get into the questions. So Alexandria, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Alexandria Hernandez. So I'm born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. I'm a Longhorn fan. So sorry, Lindsay. She's an Aggie. But anyways, I traveled all over the world. And in my traveling, I got to see a lot of people like Denver. And so that sociable gypsy lifestyle always helped me in marketing. That's a little bit about myself. I was going to nursing school, but then I changed my major to business and a concentration in entrepreneurship. And that's when I moved to Denver, and that's why I fell in love with like CBD. So that's a little bit about myself.
Okay, cool. Like I said, CBD is doing great things. That's another reason I had a chance to want to talk to her, because she knows her CBD. And that's something that I am focusing on. I'm really trying to learn. Like I said, I'm a Forex guy, but I'm trying to learn the CBD because it's so exciting. Between us, y'all, I made an order today, so my stuff's on the way. Did y'all make your order yet? Make sure you get your order in, y'all. I'm loving this stuff.
Get your inhalers.
Inhalers, got me one. One's on the way. Patent it. Remember that, y'all. So, like I said, since we're going to talk about CBD a little bit later, and I'm a Forex guy, let me ask you, so how did you get into Forex?
That's a funny story. Okay, so my best friend, who is currently in another company, she told me that there's a great way to make fast money. And I was like, okay, it sounds like a scam. And then she said, no, it's called trading currencies. And I was like, that doesn't sound legal. It sounds like a scam. And I wasn't really open-minded. And then she was consistent. I saw that she was slowly coming up. She bought a Mercedes Benz in less than 6 months. And I'm like, dang, okay. So I watched a PowerPoint and I joined the company, and I haven't turned my back since.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's the guy. One of the reasons I got started is because I was working with a guy, and he was telling me about it. And it's funny, the same thing. He pulls up in his truck, and I'm like, "Where'd you get that truck?" He's like, "Oh, I got
Was it a Ram truck?
Might have been. I think it was.
Probably a Ram truck. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, being that, like I said, you've been in Forex for a while. I mean, I know that people always have questions and stuff. So, have you had some good days, bad days? How's your trading usually go? Have good days, or what's going on? Tell me yourself.
So I lucked out on my first trade. I made a lot, and what my secret was is that I took out 2 weeks of my life, and I really just studied really hard. But what my gain was is that what I accomplished is that I kept studying and studying and studying, and then I saw results in demos, and then I made my first trade, and I kept going and going. Have I had losses? Yeah, but I've had more gains. But if it weren't for those losses, then I wouldn't be the trader that I am today, So
Exactly. That's what I tell people. It's not really losses, it's more lessons, because it teaches you something. Every time you take a loss, if you go back and look at it, it'll teach you something that you can keep an eye out for next time.
Exactly.
We on the same page. I like that.
All right.
Okay, so let's see here. How did you? I know you was talking about your friend and how you got into trading and you were doing that, but how did you hear about Atlas? How did you come to be there around Atlas?
So everybody loves this story. So I got introduced to Atlas when Atlas really wasn't a known name. It didn't even have 20 members yet. The famous president, Timothy Tran, whom is a dear friend of mine who I look up to also. And we had a late night video call. He went to check on me, and he said, I have this wonderful opportunity that I want you to be a part of. It's going to change the world. I'm like, every company says that. He's like, no, really, it is. There's nothing else out there, and it really isn't. And he's like, it's called Atlas. And I was like, okay, so why should I choose your company? He basically told me what it was. The PowerPoints weren't even made. Excuse me. And so what he said that Atlas trades currencies and then TCG stocks and CBD. And I'm like, okay, so CBD is supposed to be a billion or $1 trillion industry. And then he says, well, we also do $1 of the membership fee goes straight towards a company called 821. And I was like, oh, what's that? He's like, oh, it's it's an anti-human trafficking company and organization in Dallas, Texas. And then I was like, oh, and then without hesitation, I said, well, Tim, I'm actually a survivor of a sex human trafficking survivor. It's a really long name. But he's like, what? And I was like, okay, well, he's like, I would love to tell, like, this would be a great opportunity for you to tell your story. So, and I joined in. He sent me the link, and I got to meet Alyssa, and then I got to meet you in Austin, Texas, and I got to meet Lindsay and everybody, DJ Baby Drew.
Yeah, I remember it was a great night. It was a great night out there.
It was fun.
Yep.
Very inspiring.
Exactly. So that was one of the things I was going to ask about too. I was going to tip into, but I know that you're a survivor of human trafficking, but what does human trafficking mean to you? You know, we don't really get to see or know exactly. So I mean, like I said, I don't know. I really don't. So this is something that you can actually educate someone else on. But what does it mean to you personally?
So it's funny that you asked me that, because when I was when I escaped, I was getting interviewed by a Homeland Security guard and the director of it was something like 821, but I won't name their organization. But she asked me, she said, what does human trafficking mean to you? And I didn't even think twice. I said, well, to me, it means enslavement. And she's like, what'd you say? And I said, it means enslavement. And there's like, human trafficking means enslavement. And then, so that was the day that I let go of being a victim, and I no longer wanted him to keep that power. And so I slowly became a survivor that day. So that's a little bit of my story.
Oh yeah, I mean that's amazing, and we applaud you for getting out and getting your own and doing your thing, and being who you are today. Because like I said, we get to hear about that and hear about everything else that's going on. You are such a brave, beautiful woman, and we thank you so much for giving us some of your time and everything. But I have one last question for you. People probably have seen this. They know I usually ask this last question at the end. So if you and everything that you've been through, but I'm going to talk more on the Forex side or CBD,
Okay.
CBD side. Let's look at this side. Is that if you could go back and talk to a younger self, or like I was just talking to someone else, someone's watching this right now who's brand new, and they probably have all types of things going through their head. If you could talk to your former self or to someone new, what one piece of advice that you would give them?
So in the beginning, I didn't know what it meant, but after the wonderful Jonathan Morgan, a piece of advice that I would give myself, I learned the term from Mr. Morgan, would be watch your dojis. And it doesn't matter if it's a dragonfly doji or any reverse doji, just watch your dojis. And if you new traders don't know what that is, you need to get to studying, and you like your traders like us, you know what that means, because it will change your money. So that's a word of advice that it's funny that you say that, because my first trade, I predicted a doji, and I actually saved myself losing a lot of money. So that's why I learned the doji thing.
Great job. From a great woman, great trader, great survivor. She's been all around just about everything. That's why I was so happy that she agreed to come on our show for us this week. And man, wow, you answered so much. I don't even know what else I could ask, but I do want to thank you for giving us some of your minutes of your time. Hopefully we can come back and do another one with you down the road. Would that possibly be?
Of course.
All righty. All right, well, guys, we'll see y'all next time. Like I say, y'all get a chance. I always say here in the video over there, yeah, check out Alexandria on Facebook and social media. She is all over you. Check out her videos. She's building a great team. If you are in Texas, look her up. And
Texas.
She'll get you on the right path. So till next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Bye.